This is Mark Twain, and I'm continuing. So I asked the question, why am I not able to express myself here on Earth? Why do I have to do it in a separate galaxy? And she couldn't answer that question for me. She just couldn't. And it's strange because I looked at this whole situation and I wondered, but why is it? Because obviously all those people that are now in those galaxies and those cities are resting and expressing and experiencing themselves. You're able to see that, and they're just enjoying themselves. It's like fountains of expression coming forth from within them. And I wondered, but why aren't they just doing that here on Earth? Because the situation on Earth, even since then, has been quite dire. It's been difficult. And you can see people are having a hard time. And I'm certain if human beings could express that on Earth, it would make a tremendous difference. Huge. And, then everything just didn't make sense. Didn't make sense. Because why is it that only then you have to come here, you're on Earth, you suffer, you have a difficult time, you have a hard time, and, you struggle, and then only after that you go to the dimensions, and then you get sent to one of these galaxies where you apparently rest. I always wanted to say to them, people, why don't you just come and do that here? Why, why have all these human beings unnecessarily go through this suffering and this hardship, this difficulty, struggling to exist comfortably? Because no one here on this earth is expressing and experiencing themselves as you do at all. Not at all. It's like everyone here is imprisoned, as a walking with like a burden on their shoulders. Why does there have to be a separate experience when we're all here in this existence together? So I said to her, you know what, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go and express myself in this world, even if I'm the only one. And she said, you won't be able to. And she laughed. She said, you'll forget your existence the moment you go to Earth, so what would be the purpose and what would be the reason? So I asked her, well, what is the purpose and the reason for anything in this existence then? What is the reason for human beings having to be on this world like they are, and then you have this beautiful expression in the dimensions? What's going on here? And she said to me, it will rather suit you if you don't ask further questions. And I went, who are you, this little girl, what do you know, to tell me this? I require some answers to the questions, because I want to know what the fuck is going on, what's happening to me, what's happening to existence, because I knew there was just something wrong. I knew something was not in place, but I couldn't quite pinpoint it. You see everything, and you just know there's something wrong. Something just doesn't fit, but you don't know exactly what it is. It's such a fine line, and that's what I experienced, and it bothered me extensively. And so then when I didn't want to go to this galaxy thing, these two large beings came, and they kind of wanted to force me to go there. And they said to me, don't worry, you'll forget everything anyway, so just go to this galaxy, planet, city, and experience yourself. What's the harm in doing so? I said, there's great harm, because I'm certain, you forget, but that forget will remain of that, and then you'll remember inevitably one day. I'm certain. Forgetfulness can only last for so long, I'm certain. And I don't want to stand here again, maybe 500 billion years later or something like that, and then go, I allowed myself to forget, and that's what my forgetfulness manifested. So they forcibly wanted to, again, try and take me, and I refused. And so I ran, just to cut a long story short, so I ran, and I looked for a place somewhere where I'm able to become an observer of sorts, be aware, and here on this planet to kind of figure out, or understand what's really going on. And so I decided to manifest as water. So since up to about 2 years ago, I was water molecules, and I observed a great deal, but the one regret I'd have, and I'm certain many who had a similar experience, is that you didn't stand up. You didn't stand up from the perspective of asking enough questions and acting on them, taking responsibility. That taking responsibility means to, even if you have to stand alone in existence to make a statement, but this is unacceptable, even if you don't know what it is. And I looked at it, maybe that was the problem. Maybe that's something that you're always looking for, that experience of, that there's something wrong, there's something not in place, but you can't just pinpoint it. Maybe that's the problem. You're looking for that pinpoint, you're looking for that point, and you may search for it infinitely. Instead of just standing up, even with that trust in yourself that you know that something is not in place, something is wrong, something is not right, and you stand up as that, and you do whatever it takes. And I didn't do that. I rather went the easy way out and manifested as water for a while, and observed what actually was going on with human beings in this world and the dimensional existence. So basically what I noticed is that human beings were suppressed. They were imprisoned in their own self-expression, in their own way of existence and experiencing themselves. And dimensional beings were that already. And you could see that clearly from where I was looking at the whole scenario. And, I had multiple questions, and those questions were answered 2 years ago. So, I will continue in my part 3 section. Thank you.